So this one is cream and gold. And I, of course, painted the gold on, but there was some yellow on the printed paper. It's this ordinary magazine. It's on good quality paper, though. Thank goodness. So it's well worth using over in a craft project. Not like a little yucky, flimsy kind of paper that hardly holds up through one use. Now, put on double-sided tape. Wait. Okay, let's try that again. Put on double-sided tape. And yes, there's some people who just glue things directly. And there's different kinds of glue, etc., but this is what I find works best for me. So that's what I go with. There, haha. Usually it takes me quite a few tries to get my thumbnail under the little piece of paper. So I'm very pleased. And here, taking a clamp, got it from some kind of hobby supply place. So, did not steal it from injured people or anything like that. Holding some poor wounded person's body back together. So, there. Everybody lined up. Try to keep some tension here. Yeah, the thing with hot glue guns is you invariably get the stringies, no matter how careful you are, but at least I try not to get too many of them, because the more stringies, the more time spent with an old toothbrush brushing them off. And that's not particularly fun. There. Yeah, it's a little wonky, but that's totally okay. Nobody is going to see that bit. Now a little dab of hot glue from the very hot glue gun. So definitely feel that through the paper. But I'm a grown-up and I'm tough, so just stick it out. Take the clamp out, of course. Now, this is the bit where I'm going to make the flowers, like this kind of flower, and this kind of flower, and got all these waiting for their stems, so I use bamboo skewers for just about everything imaginable, and then a few things that probably aren't. But they're a bit long, so I broke one in two, and then I sharpened each end just using my regular pencil sharpener. So, insert that very, very easily. No problem. Now, to pick a bead. Maybe the big yellow bead. Yeah. It's a bit large, but it's going to have the flower petals, I guess you could call them, all around it, so it won't look so open, ginormous, and out of place and all that. Now, first glue the bead on, then a little more glue, And push the petals up. Up, 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 up. And a couple got a little stuck. That's easy to fix. No, I make no claim to perfection. In fact, what you get is the the uncensored truth. Sometimes you get glue where you don't want it, and have to snippety-doo-dah it on out. There. This one looks, yeah, it's a little pooped looking. Like maybe it's been blooming and now the frost is on the pumpkin and all that, so it's maybe not going to bloom much longer. But the other alternative, other than accepting the hand of fate, I mean, is of course to add a second layer, which I am probably not going to do, but just for the sake of showing. Also, it gets very, very fat there, but on the other hand, you can do it down here. That won't be so great. So. That's a matter of choice and personal taste and whatnot. Like I say, I like the little kind of raggedy fall has come. I've seen better days. It's so sad. And this one could be its own fresh flower. So really have to get myself out of perfectionist mode. This is just like flippin' ridiculous. I mean, you go outside in the natural world and it's not perfect, and it's not, except for snowflakes, symmetrical, and that's totally okay. It's not only okay, it's one of the nice things about the natural world. So, here we go. Nope. Didn't get you that time. Let's try this end. No. Ay, ay, ay. For a moment, I was going to have to stop the video so I could swear at it. But there we go. So let's put. I think the smaller clamp seems to work a bit better, so we'll just do that. If you hear little weird noises, there's somebody on the floor making the weird noises because she thinks that I'm a terrible person for not stopping what I'm doing and immediately attending to her every whim. Now, the thing is, this person has a bowl with perfectly good dry cat food in it, and in roughly an hour, Harry will give her some of the canned wet food. So it's not that I'm hard-hearted, it's just I've heard it a few times before. Yeah. A little bit. Whoops. There we go. Yes. Even though I put the double-sided tape on, I like to finish up with a little bit of glue, just to be sure, because it's such a pain when you put stuff together and then it comes right apart. So, this one, yeah, this is a little bit stiff. That's good. But I think it does mean I'm going to do a different kind of setup, so it will be more like this barely opened one instead of the, oh my god, I'm smooshed one, or pooped one, whatever you want to call it. So I'll just let that sit a moment. It makes a really great effect when you take magazine paper and do some painting with it, and some of the same colors. So we've got the blues and purples, so, but we've got pinks and reds there. And then here, I mostly just put a bit of gold on. But the more of these I do, the more advanced they've been getting. So here we have green and pink, but there's some silver in between, and some silver on the tips. But it's nice and shiny. That's the meat. Yes, Your Majesty. I hear it a bit.